Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Horizons 3. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. I've done some mining and stuff like that between episodes. Also, let the skeleton farm and the Cobbleworks thing work for a little bit, and we're up to 35 stacks of sand and 6 stacks of gravel, which isn't a ton of gravel, but it's a bit. And as far as bones and stuff goes, we're doing pretty good there. Also, the Blaze Farm has so many of these ability tokens in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I think I should probably put... There's a haste right there. That seems useful. And then maybe this bone mealer as well. So if I right-click on this... Yes, give me haste 2 and give me bone mealer. It says bone meal the area. I don't know if that means that it will, will I plant flowers as I walk around here? No. What about over here? Oh yeah, look at that. Bone meals any crops that are near me. That's super cool. That's kind of amazing. I'm glad it doesn't bone meal all the grass and stuff around you, though. That would be a little ridiculous. Anyway, so that's all good. I also found a whole bunch more chaos essence while I was out and about. So I think I would like to make a couple more runes, specifically a couple of these chaos runes here. You can have, I believe, 4 of them on your thing at any given time, and I've already got 1, so let's make a fair amount of this enriched chaos essence. I thought I had more chaos essence than that. Is it still smelting up? Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, I could have sworn I had more than just a stack of it, and sure enough, here it is. Okay, there we go. So let's do that. Let's make a couple... where be my quartz? Quartz, haha. 1, 2, 3. Toss those in. And we want to go 1, 2, 3. And then 1. We also need... Oh, hey. You. There we go. Like so. There. And I think that'll be enough. Yeah. So now, oh, I made 4 on accident. Oops. That's all right. We'll put 3 more of them on here. That'll give it recharge 4, which means this thing will, I don't know if it's, will it recharge? No, it still goes down, but it recharges much faster, like significantly faster. So that's good. And then we'll also go with these capacity ones here, I think. So we can have 4 of those. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Toss those in. And then we need that. There we go. And that should allow us to make... excuse me. What happened to the rest of these? I guess they just kind of ended up elsewhere. There we go. And like so. Lovely. So now, you can see this thing currently has a charge of 2 million. We put these on here. That gets it up to 5 million and then up to 6 million. And this thing will start recharging. So basically, this is just going to allow us to fly for much, much longer periods of time and not really have to worry about it nearly as much. So that's good. Now, the next thing I would like to do, we started working on the sand and gravel down there. I would like to automate the production of concrete. So, we're going to make a couple things. First thing we want to make is a block breaker right here. And this is from Cyclic. And I do actually have mossy cobblestone. I'm kind of surprised by that. I guess I found it somewhere. What's the other thing I need? A dispenser? Let's make one of those. So that'll be a block breaker. And then we also need a block placer right here, which also requires... Ooh, I have no string. Do I have a bow? Do I have multiple bows that I can combine into a single healthy bow? How terrible is this? Ah, we can do it. Nice. Okay. So, block, placer, right? This is the one we need? Yeah, there we go. So we'll do that. Take this, toss that in here, and then we can make the block placer as well. So that's all good. Now, I also am going to need a hopper. And then maybe even like 2 hoppers. Let's grab like 2 hoppers. And then finally a water bucket, which I already have, and a couple of chests. Let's actually upgrade these to gold. And I'm out of glass. Okay, golden, 1 gold, 1 diamond it is. I'll upgrade I'll upgrade it later once I've made more glass. Not a big deal. I think we'll just put this thing like right about, I don't know, right here is probably fine. So what we're gonna do is set this up so that it's going to essentially place down the cobbles, the concrete powder. Ooh, there's water directly above this. That actually might be completely fine. Like, we could do something like that. And it would just, we wouldn't even have to use our bucket of water. Like, this could actually be kind of cool. So let's put a chest here with a hopper there. And then right here, we want the block placer. It doesn't, it just says always on. It doesn't require any sort of like fuel or anything like that. And then we can put a block miner right here. And again, this thing does not require fuel. So if we put like a dirt block right here, it'll be broken. Just like so. And it will end up right where we want it. So that's essentially the setup in a nutshell. But we need to actually make like some concrete powder. So let's grab a couple stacks of each of those, grab some bones, turn them into bone meal. And actually, let's sleep before mobs end up everywhere around our house, because that's totally a thing that could happen. There we go. And we'll just go and make ourselves a little bit of... Did I not grab 2 stacks of sand? I could have sworn I grabbed 2 stacks of sand. Whatever. This is fine. We'll do it this way. So we got 2 stacks of concrete powder. Let's test this out and make sure that it actually works, because I can't think of any reason that it wouldn't, but, you know, you never know. Let's go up. Go like so. We'll put another one right here. Oh, and actually, we need a chest or something that feeds into the block placer, don't we? So we'll put that here. We'll put a hopper going into it like so. I needed the chest to be able to be opened. But either way, toss this stuff in, right? And it'll place, turn into concrete, place, turn into concrete, etc., etc., etc. Lovely. Seems to be working. It's not super quick, but I don't have to sit here and do it myself, which counts for something. This thing still can't open, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. So I guess we need like a stair or a slab or something to go there. Or actually, we could go chisel. Make myself a diamond chisel from Chisels and Bits. Put this down right here. Come in the back and just take out like one little bit, because then this is considered a transparent block and not a full block. And I think now we could put this thing here. And the chest still doesn't open. I tried. Okay, let's do it this way then. Let's just go U plane, and we'll just take off the bottom layer. And now I think it should open. Yeah, there we go. Now the chest opens just fine. Okay, cool. So that will totally work, and our concrete will slowly be converted into white concrete, which is exactly what we want. Not a whole lot of complicated stuff there. Just basically vanilla mechanics and then 2 modded machines to do a little bit of work for you. But let's go ahead and make a bit bag, because if we're going to have chisels and bits, we want to have one of these for sure. Otherwise, it's, all those little bits just take up so much space. It's absurd. Okay, I think that's all good. Now, we've got a fair amount of bone meal. So let's grab our flat colored block crafter and then grab some cobblestone and a few stacks of bone meal. A couple more stacks of bone meal, please. There we go. And we'll do that. Lovely. And then I think we'll just go with this fairly plain white block right here. That should work. Actually, how does that compare to concrete? Is it... I think it's a little bit lighter. There's the concrete. There's the white one. It's about the same, honestly. This is a little bit cleaner, I think. Either one, I think either one would be perfectly fine. So maybe we don't want to do white concrete. Maybe we want to do this using white blocks from flat colored blocks instead. And then use our concrete for, like, I don't know, gray or something like that. How are we doing? If I look for black dye, is there a way to get actual black dye? Or do I have to use... Yeah, so the glow rose. So basically we need squid. Squid's the ticket to things. So if I look for ink, are there ways to get this other than just killing dye mixer? Interesting. How does that work? Hey, go back. No, you. Hey, here we go. Machine outputs. Does this thing just make dye? Giving it red, green, and blue dye will fill the color buffers when given a laser lens. Will focus that color and produce the specified dye. Interesting. So basically you can make dyes using other dyes, is what it seems like. Kind of cool. And, whoa, hi. Ooh. You were being creeping on me. Stupid creeper. Please don't blow up in my front lawn. I really wouldn't appreciate that. All right, so we have basically the stuff that we need to start making kind of a fairly decent little base, I think. So what I need to do is pick out a location, because this is, this is lovely and all, but this isn't really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something with a bit more of a hill to it, a bit more of an incline, and an area that that kind of inspires me. So I'm gonna look around for a bit, see what I can find. Oh, also, I upgraded these blue backpacks. I forgot to mention this. I did this between episodes because while I was mining, it was convenient. You can make these backpack pouches. It's just leather and string, and then you put a backpack pouch in here, you right-click it, and it adds a line of storage space. So fairly useful, especially if you're using backpacks. I don't know if there's a limit to how big these things can get, but hey, I'm not going to complain. So anyway, I'm going to look around for a bit, see what I can find, see if I can find an area that I want to establish my proper base at. I'll be back with you in a bit. All right, guys, I am back. I spent some time looking for a new base location, and I found an area that I like, that really inspires me, and that I have kind of a vision for. So this is where we are going to build the new base. And basically, I've started laying out some of kind of the framework for the shape of the house and stuff like that. You can see we've got like this really big hill here. And it's going to be kind of built into the hill. That'll give us plenty of space to dig down and put, basically as much space as we need to put technical machines and all that kind of stuff. But then we'll have kind of this exterior part that sticks out as well. And I think it'll be pretty cool. So we are way northeast of our little starter house, which is right here on the map. Right here. Way up here is where the new base is going to be. And I like it. I think it's actually pretty cool. I did make an Enderwing Prime. Not super hard to make, but basically if I right click on this, it's going to teleport me back to the starter house. So it'll make it easier to bring some stuff back and forth. I also made a sleeping mat so I can sleep the night away without setting my spawn point. I want to eventually make the teleporters here from Silence Gems, make a pair of these so I can just teleport back and forth. But in order to make these, I need this Ender Essence, and it requires Ender Essence ore, which I believe you get in the end. So I can't make that just yet since I haven't been to the end yet. But anyway, I've got some materials and stuff together. I don't think I don't know if I actually want to use stone or not for this. But I might. I don't know yet. Either way, I want something to mark out a secondary block. And I have some plans. I think the first thing to do, I mean, I've got kind of the shape here. I want this to be like a balcony, right? So this will be an area where you can go and stand. And then this will probably end up being like one big kind of open window. Like it'll be like a big wraparound window for this whole little bit that sticks out. The parts that will go into the hill, I don't think we're going to make use of the hill within the house itself. Like I'm not going to have this just be one of the walls of the house, but there are going to be parts of this house that are like dug into the hill, and I think it'll end up looking pretty cool when it's all said and done. So I've got some work to do. I have to do some work on the house and kind of figuring out how I want things to look and putting down blocks and all that kind of stuff. I'm using the white blocks from Flat Colored Blocks, just the first one on the list when you have bone meal and cobblestone in your inventory. So not too bad. I think it'll look pretty good once it's all done. We're going to have to get some sort of a wood underneath it, or in certain places as well, to kind of highlight certain things. But yeah, modern is not a style that I do very often, and it's not a style that I do particularly well. So I'm kind of excited to see if we can come up with something here that I like. So let me get back to it, and I'll give you an update once I have something a little bit more to show you. All right, guys, I am back. I've been building for a few hours, and I think I have come up with a modern house design that I actually quite like. There's still some things on it that I definitely want to change. I think it's too white. I think either this whole level right here needs to be swapped out for maybe like a dark gray. Don't really have the ink sacs to do it. Or I might just want to swap this part right here out for dark gray, basically this wall. And then I think it'll look really good. But I don't know. I like this house. It turned out really, really well. And I say that as someone, like modern is just a style that I'm really not super comfortable with. Partially because I don't build modern very often, but practice makes perfect, as they say. And, you know, the only way you get better at doing any sort of style is to do more of it. So here we are. Now, the inside is pretty bad. I mean, it needs a little bit of work, but we'll get there eventually. I'm not in a hurry. I think this turned out so well. Like, I'm so happy with it. We'll have a pathway kind of leading out. We'll have to do some landscaping and add some greenery and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I've done a little bit. I added a couple bushes here, This is pine leaves from all these pine trees over here. I think they fit really well. But I don't know. It's coming together. It's getting there. Still have quite a lot to do before it's ready to be moved into. But as for the materials, we use the white block from Flat Colored Blocks. I used glass panes as kind of white glass panes, I should say, as kind of like a railing. You know, the more I look at these, the less I like them. I'm just going to get rid of those ones right there, and we'll just leave these railings. And yes, I know I don't have Silk Touch. I'm wasting glass. It's okay. It's fine. It's modded. We'll basically have infinite amounts of all of these resources someday anyway, so it's okay. And then for the actual windows, I went with light blue, which I think gives a little bit of color, and I think it's good. So I don't know. I mean, the house, honestly, like from a distance, I think it looks pretty good, pretty cool. And once we get the walls and, you know, once we get rooms in here and it's all divided up and we do some interior work and all that kind of stuff, I think this is going to be a really cool base and a really cool house. I do have, obviously, quite a bit more building to do. I also still have to move the vast majority of my machinery and all that kind of stuff. And I think I really need like a squid farm or something. At least looting. What would it take to get a looting token? I need emeralds for that. I don't have a whole lot of those. Let me just dump a bunch of this junk into this chest. This is a temporary, this is what we call a builder's chest right here. It's just random junk lying around, and that's fine. Are these backpacks cleared out? Yeah, good. Okay, grab my ender wing, and let's teleport home. Ta-da, we are home, just like that. And now, can I make a looting token? I do not have enough emeralds. Is there a way to break that emerald chest plate down into emeralds? It doesn't appear so. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping I could, like, smelt it down or something and turn it into actual emeralds. I mean, there are villagers that are sort of near me, and I don't need tons of emeralds. Maybe we can just trade for some? Potentially. Let's just grab some potatoes and carrots and wheat and stuff. And let's see. Nearest village is like right over here. Maybe we can just get some emeralds? Because if I can get looting 3 on a sword, then I think we'll be okay. And I'll be making a new sword. This emerald sword is, you know, wonderful and all, but not really what I'm looking for. Let's see. Fisherman, farmer. Haha! Hello. I would like your emeralds, please. I would like all of your emeralds, please. Probably not the best value for a trade, but I don't really care that much. There we go. I like it when the stacks are fairly even and I don't have to do ridiculous amounts of stuff. That will probably be enough emeralds for our purposes, and then he's probably going to... Yeah, now he's all happy and stuff because we traded with him. What else does he trade? Emeralds for bread, pumpkins. Okay, well, either way, we have enough emeralds now to make looting 3. And actually, that's kind of important because, as I said, if we're going to do dark gray or something along those lines, we're going to need squid ink for sure. So let's, I'm just going to toss all this junk into here. And then let's go looting. And let's do looting 3. What does it take for sharpness? Sharpness, that's pretty easy. So let's go sharpness 5. And unbreaking, do I have enough? Oh, I do. Sharpness 5, unbreaking 3, looting 3. Is there anything else I would really want on a sword? Sweeping edge, I suppose, would be good. That requires sugar canes. That's an interesting choice for the tokens, but okay, that's fine. So in that case, I do have some black diamonds. So let's go black diamond, and let's make some supercharged ones. Actually, we should check before I do that. Let's look at silence gems. And let's just see, if we hold down control, what we're looking for is the highest melee damage. So that's all 7, 7, 8. Black diamond has melee damage of 6, which is not what we're looking for. What was it that had 9? Pyropa? Or Pyrope or something like that? Some of these have kind of... Ooh, Onyx has 10. Do I have any onyx? Ooh, I have 1. Oh, man. I was so excited. I'm like, we're good. Now, apparently it comes in veins of 1. Ruby has attack damage of 9. That's not terrible. Attack speed. What about this? I don't have any. This agate's 130, 150. I mean, there's so many options. Maybe... Do they all deal magic damage as well? Is that a thing? They all say they deal magic damage. I just don't know how that works. I mean, I suppose we could just go rubies for now. Just maybe, yeah. Let's just make a couple of supercharged rubies, and we'll just make a ruby sword for the time being. That should be fine. So then let's look at rods and just see. Looks like gold is the way to go for damage. So let's make a few of those, because we're going to need some anyway. And then we go here, and like so, we now have a supercharged ruby sword. We can put that here, put some tokens on it, put some more tokens on it, and a couple more tokens on it. And now it has a bunch of different enchants. And then we can put some more tokens on it. And there we go. We now have ourselves a looting 3, sharpness 5, unbreaking 3, sweeping edge 3 sword. Lovely. That is going to make it much, much easier for me to collect the squid ink and stuff like that that I need to finish building that little bit. So, tell you what, let me go kill some squid. Let me get a bunch of squid ink and try to make a few of those. Let me see what I can do to the mansion, all that, or the mansion, or the modern house, or whatever you want to call it. Let me get some work done here, guys. I'll be back with you in a bit. All right, guys, I am back. I've been doing some more work, and I have to say, I like the dark gray much better. I think this looks a million times better than it did before. Made a couple changes. This was stone before. I swapped it out for dark gray. It's just gray colored block, just like the flat colored blocks, the white one, except it's gray instead. So that's done. And then I made this wall gray as well, and I think it's a huge improvement. It really, there was just too much white before, and I like this much better. So I've started kind of hollowing out some of the insides. These walls are going to be white in the back here. We'll divide this whole thing up into rooms. The floor will be pretty much all spruce wood. But then it will be divided into rooms. So we're not just going to have this big, giant, open room. It'll be divided probably... I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that yet. I'll probably have a room over here. I'll probably have like a little bit of a hallway right here that kind of goes by these windows. And then a larger room back here. Somewhere I'm going to need a stairway up to the second floor as well. And then I'm thinking like over here, we'll punch out like a little hole like so. So you can get back and forth between that room and this room. And then in this middle bit, I also added like a skylight or a sunroof or whatever you'd like to call it. I would call this a skylight personally, but windows up there. And then I've started doing the same thing up here as far as clearing out the room, trying to figure out like what the dimensions are going to be and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's still a lot left to do as far as putting blocks in place and, and you know, et cetera, et cetera. This is probably going to be spruce wood as well. Yeah, this will be like an accent wall. In fact, this room's kind of going to have 2 accent walls because this side, this is going to be a white wall on the back and a white wall on the sides. So we'll have a gray here and a wood there. But I think that'll be just fine. Once this place is all done, I think it's going to look awesome. I think it's going to be super cool. I got to figure out where the staircase is going to be. I got to figure out what rooms are going to be used for what. But unfortunately, guys, I am very much out of time for this episode. I've been building on this thing for like, I don't even know, 3 or 4 hours now, maybe more than that. And that doesn't even count the stuff that I did earlier in the episodes before I found this spot. So yeah, I gotta call this one. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. A link's in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.